Hello, dear my pre-service colleague. Today I'm going to present about HaSS wild topic. My topic is based on the year level 1, and then the topic is how did Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people family structure and role impact on society and community, and how these have changed and remained the same over the time. Are you ready to learn more about that? Good. So next one is about Australian curriculum. So in Australian curriculum, I pick one from inquiry and skills and two from knowledge and understanding standard. So the first of all, I pick analyzing, which means explore or get a point view and also compare in each ideas and have displayed mapped and then mind map and also scaffolding map. And then from knowledge and understanding standard, I pick one of them from history and the other from geography. So history is difference in family structures and role today and how these have changed and remained over the time. So if you have a look at the Australian curriculum, in year level 1, the children will be asking to learn about history, especially family. And then I'm going to compare and contrast back in olden family structure of Aboriginal and then our current one of Aboriginal and Indigenous family structure. And then geography is about natural managed construction features and location. And it will be also explain about the place as well as location. So if you have a look, if you see this page, there is a year from 1984 to 2011, and it shows us how our family structure has been changed based on the Aboriginal culture and then background. And I also used the survey as one of the analyzed inquiry skills. And then in this Western Australian Aboriginal Child Health Service, you can see there is a few different way of survey that it's elaborate about family protective factor. So you can see the percentage of the family. The biggest one is 81%, which is the way we get together help us to cope with the hard times. So that tells us about how the family help each other, how close they are, as in like family function. So now we are going to have a look at the video, YouTube clip about family and kinship. Let's have a look at the video first and come back to it. Now, have you enjoyed watching the video? It was about indeed family and kinship because the Aboriginal family culture is based on kinship structure. And then although they have a lot of mummies and daddies and uncles and auntie, you can see why. And it is a bit different from the normal family culture structure as well as the normal family role. Excuse me. And then you can now see how Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander function and different positive impact, because there are many different ways to show you and explain the function and its positive effect. But one of this article and one of those journal, and I have analyzed that the Aboriginal family compares with the perspective with evidence, especially social, as well as the place, the geography, and location. All depends on this factor. It will impact huge impact on family as well as huge impact on children's and community. So I want to break up the little few different groups and talk about what do you already know about Aboriginal family. And if you know about anything about kinship, let's talk about what do you know about kinship. And let's talk about traditional Aboriginal culture and how the family function and how they raise the children. And let's talk about also the cultural tradition of the family life, or how they gather together and how they communicate together. So I will give you 3 minutes to 5 minutes, and I want you to share with your peers. Let's do that. Now, have you enjoyed talking in each other? Great. So we all know a bit of information about the different lifestyle and different the family functions and role. And we can all see that Aboriginal kinship relations relative are very complex and very unique. So this family function is really effective to the raising children. And then when the way they're raising children is very unique as well as very independent, because they are letting children to grow up independently. So as the strength of Aboriginal culture and traditions, they apply to this family life and revolve around the interrelated to themes. So I actually break up into 4 different themes. And the first theme is about a collective community focused on child rearing help children. So the group cohesions and community loyalty are key and very important feature for Aboriginal family. And then you can see this is the big responsibility of all community members. So it's not just family raising children. It is all community members are involved. And you might heard about elders. Elders really important role in Aboriginal family. And that's how they work together and raise children together, and they really clothe each other. And theme 2, children need the freedom to explore the world. So as I say, they are very independent. The way Aboriginal family raise children are very, very unique because they help them develop necessary skills and successfully negotiate their pathway to adults. Theme 3, elderly family members. So the elder is very important role in the Indigenous family functions. And elders are really highly respected for contributions to family life in our Aboriginal community. Therefore, the practical aspect of life and society is very, very important. And then lastly, theme 4 is about spiritual. The spirituality helps family to cope with challenges. In their life, there are lots of unexpected things happening, like nature or treasure or anything. And then they also always focused on spirituality. That helps them to protect one another. Now, I want to talk about approach. Then we need to think about how we're gonna approach to this thinking process, critical thinking, effectively thinking, and how we're gonna take away the strategy for the from the past to the present. So the view of Aboriginal family were gathered through a series of focused groups and compared with understanding drawing from the literatures. So collaborative approach is to raising children is very key and very important. An issue of child autonomy and independence and contributions of elder family members in family and community life and the role of spirituality in family function is a really important approach. And we can identify how this issue can impact on families and community, both Aboriginal and also non-Aboriginal context. Now, I want to have a chance and have a little bit of time to talk about definition of family. Then, what is family? What has been changed? What is the current um, contemporary family structure? And what was the past indigenous Aboriginal Torres Strait Islander family structure? The definition of family is subject to a range of the economic, political, and social complexity. In Australia, the concept of family is often examined using data from the Australian, where the family is defined as a group of more than two people. Then, families are diverse in composite and form. Families Australians believe that families are what people define to be. We really need to take a look closely and think about how this family has been changed. Aboriginal family. Aboriginal families are very complex systems and connected with social relationships. Also, this Aboriginal family is a little bit different because it's actually involved with traditional social structure, which is called kinship. Kinship systems has been adopted in Aboriginal culture, so that Anglo Catholic system has been applied, especially in remote area. Household of Aboriginal people tends to share their life through the kinship systems, and then they have a really, really close and then complex and working together family structure. So we're gonna have a look at with this picture. And then have a think about what is the meaning of family in Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander in culture. What has been changed and applied. I want to draw pay attention to the develop and then validate of family functions measured for Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander adults. So there are lots of different keywords, but I want to just give you a broad keyword to expand your knowledge. For example, culture and society, why geography, kinship, family, indigenous. I've got a very special things for you to have a look. So please go into the QR code and think about the implication of activity. So how are you going to bring this lesson to the children year level 1? And then, for example, I want to draw attention to yarning circle. Back in Aboriginal culture, they use and utilize the family communications live through yarning circle. And through this QR code, I want you to learn about Aboriginal outcomes and partnerships and teamwork. And then we will take away to show and demonstrate and ask them to act out the yarning circle into the classroom. So today activity is about the yarning circle. So I'm gonna get all the year 1 children to sit outside in a circle, make a yarning circle, and get them to get one yarning stick and then hand them around each person, and think about how their family life look like, how their family structure look like, how their family roles impact on their life. And then we can utilize this yarning time not only teaching about Aboriginal culture, but also we can elaborate Australian curriculum about family structure so they can compare, and then they can also see the clear difference between their current family life as well as the back in olden day of past history of the family. And I've got also different activity here. And then I'm gonna get all different old picture and new picture, whether the current contemporary picture as well as the Aboriginal back in indigenous family relative picture, like what they use, and they can sort out the picture and they can presentate about their thought between old and new, and then get them to make a big stick, and then I will give them flashcard. So as an activity, they can read and learn what was the symbol of Aboriginal family, what they use as in their language. So they can utilize this language of Aboriginal between a past and then present. I also want to draw attention to the one of the very important things, which was how the topic was important and how this topic has a goal for the school life. And then I actually got a few of the resources from United Nations Declaration as well as the Melbourne Declarations of the Right of the Indigenous. And then I just want to quickly share the goal 1. Australian schooling promote equally and excellent. Ensure that schools build on local culture, knowledge, and experience of Indigenous students as a foundation for learning and work in partnership with local community on aspect of the school process, and including to promote high expectation for the learning outcomes of Indigenous school students. Um, Also, I just want to finish the PowerPoint presentation by thinking about four main factors of family engagement that contribute to Aboriginal. I want you to think about the geographic, land, water, and what was the other one for you? It could be anything that you have researched. Also, relationship, collaboration was a key word within the Aboriginal family. And then, multi-generation and lifelong learning was really important application in the Aboriginal family. An Indigenous family community way of knowing and being compact colonial enclosure that was also involved. Thank you so much for listening.